And the New York Times reports the White House offered to continue federal funding for Planned Parenthood if the group stops providing abortions. Planned Parenthood's president, Cecile Richards, responded yesterday on Twitter saying, quote, "We won't back down in the face of threats or intimidation." Jan Crawford is in Washington with the politics behind the funding battle. Jan, good morning.
Good morning. So, in its media campaigns, Planned Parenthood emphasizes it provides general care and testing for women's health. And it says only about 3% of its work is abortion services. But the organization says it will not stop performing abortions, even if it loses federal funding that makes up about half its annual revenue.
They have millions of women going through Planned Parenthood that are helped greatly.
Throughout his presidential campaign, Donald Trump praised Planned Parenthood's services for women, but like other Republicans, didn't back down on promising to repeal the organization's federal subsidies.
And I wouldn't fund it. I would defund it because of the abortion factor.
But on Monday, it was revealed the White House offered to continue funding Planned Parenthood if the organization agreed to stop providing abortions. In a statement to CBS News, Mr. Trump said, "I am pro-life and I am deeply committed to investing in women's health and plan to significantly increase federal funding in support of non-abortion services such as cancer screenings."
This is the same proposal we've seen for years from groups opposed to abortion in this country.
Planned Parenthood Executive Vice President Don Legan says the proposal holds women's health care hostage.
And we will never turn our back on any of the women that we serve, and we will certainly not do it for the supposed promise of more money.
Planned Parenthood mainly provides health services, including cancer screenings, sexually transmitted disease testing, and access to birth control. The nonprofit organization reports that none of the roughly $500 million in federal funding it receives goes towards abortion.
Based on what President Trump has said, and he's doing it under the guise a false assessment, because no federal money ever goes for abortion services.
House Republicans have consistently attempted to defund the group. Their plan to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act would cut off federal funds to Planned Parenthood for 1 year.
We don't want to commit taxpayer funding for abortion, and Planned Parenthood is the largest abortion provider.
Now, we may be seeing this change in the president's position because some Senate Republicans oppose defunding Planned Parenthood, and President Trump's daughter Ivanka long has championed women's health. So the president's campaign suggestion, that to stop the federal funding, well, that's also unpopular among voters. One recent poll says around 62% are opposed to cutting funding for Planned Parenthood. Norah?
All right, Jan, thank you so much. And we should note tomorrow, Planned Parenthood President Cecile Richards will be right here in Studio 57.